Hello and welcome back. Today we're back with another episode of Kurzgesagt, the workout paradox. So I have personally been on a health journey the last year or so. Now, not that I'm a super healthy individual, because I certainly am not, but I've been trying to eat better. I've been trying to sleep more. I've been trying to exercise more because I would love to at least make it to 40. I just want to see my kids graduate, and be there for them is the big thing. So, yeah, I want to hear about the workout paradox. What's paradoxical about working out? I don't know, but I'll bet we're about to find out.
Losing weight is hard, and unfortunately, your body is sabotaging you every step of the way.
How?
Your body is a biological machine that follows the laws of thermodynamics and needs energy and raw materials to stay alive, which is why you eat.
Yeah.
The energy from food is measured in calories.
Well, some of us eat because we like the taste of food, and that's why some of us are fat. This guy here. I love the taste of food. I love it. Oh my God, I love food. It tastes so good.
And you need a certain amount to power your internal machines. Your brain thinks, your heart pumps, your gut digests, your immune system immunes, and you contract your muscles to move around.
Yes.
The harder a movement is, the more calories you burn. An hour of walking burns about 260 calories, moderate swimming 430, biking 600, running 700.
So I've actually been walking a lot. Being in the profession that I'm in, I work from home. I sit at my desk all day and stare at a computer screen. That's what I do for a living. And then all of my hobbies almost involve me sitting at my desk staring at a computer screen. So after years and years and years of that, I noticed that I was getting quite out of shape and have been making a conscious effort to get up and walk more, which has been working out really well. So I've only been doing about 5 miles a day. But from none to 5 miles a day is a big leap. And I've been noticing huge improvements in the energy that I have. I've been sleeping better. It's just been crazy. Just that little bit of walking makes the difference that makes every day. It's nuts. Highly recommend.
If you eat more calories than you burn, your body stores them, mostly in the form of fat.
Okay.
1 kilogram or 2 pounds of fat is about 7,000 calories. Seems simple. To lose weight, you have to burn more than you eat, so fat is turned back into energy. There are two ways to do this. Eating less, which we'll cover in another video, and burning more, say by moving around aimlessly. Also,
what if we don't want to do either?
We also get told early on that exercising is healthy somehow, so working out should kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, what a perfect screen to pause on. Wait, is working out not healthy? Because that'd be cool. But what's the healthy alternative?
Unfortunately, this doesn't exactly work out. It's one of these frustrating experiences where you do what you think's right, only to not see the results you deserve.
Yes.
In reality, exercising is a bad way to burn fat. And
But
until
why?
recently,
Why is
we
it bad?
fundamentally misunderstood what moving around a lot does to our bodies. The myth of the workout.
So when you exercise and stuff, you're basically placing wear and tear on your body too, right? So you're moving, you're burning calories and everything, but you're wearing yourself out. You're wearing your joints out. You're stressing your muscles. You're stressing your heart. Is that kind of what they're getting at here?
A few years ago, scientists began to compare populations in industrialized societies, which sit a lot, to hunter-gatherer communities who move around a lot.
Okay.
The heads of people in Tanzania walk an average of 9 kilometers a day to find wild plants and hunt animals, dig for tubers, climb trees for honey, or collect water. They can move more in a single day than an office worker in a week.
Also, we have to just very briefly mention how mind-blowing it is that in the world that we live in today, with all of the modern advancements that we have, all of the modern marvels, there's still tribal communities out there. I mean, there's obviously populations that choose to live without all the technology and stuff too, but there's ones that don't choose. That's not a choice. That's just their way of life. They don't have access to those things. That's absolutely mind-blowing and honestly incomprehensible for someone like me who grew up with everything that technology has to offer. Crazy.
So of course they burn more calories, right? But it turns out that the Hadza burn the same amount of calories per day as a typical person in an industrialized country, around 1900 for women and around 2600 for men, which
Really?
doesn't make sense at all. It's also not their genes, since it's the same for other hunter-gatherer tribes. So the confused scientists looked at similar measurements in individual countries. It got even stranger. Active people who work out regularly do burn more than inactive people, but only very little, often as low as
Really?
100 calories, the equivalent of a single apple. For some strange reason,
What?
the amount of calories you burn
One apple?
is pretty much unrelated to your lifestyle. Per kilo of body weight, your body has a fixed calorie budget it wants to burn per day.
Huh.
Sure, if you want to gain muscles by pumping iron, you also need to eat more to build and sustain them, or your new muscles wither away.
Isn't that the irony, right? You have to eat more to maintain your muscles that you're building, and also muscles weigh more than fat, so you're gaining weight too. It's great.
But in total, your body keeps your calorie budget per unit of you pretty stable.
Huh.
And to make matters worse, if you want to lose fat, your body sabotages you in small and big ways. First of all, when you begin to work out regularly, maybe going for a run in the morning, your body may subconsciously make you move less when you don't pay attention.
Really?
Maybe you take the elevator instead of the stairs, you sit more when you meet your friends, or you sleep longer, largely balancing out your burn again, preventing you from burning much fat. You can overcome
So you basically have like a fixed level of energy expenditure a day, is kind of what they're saying, if I'm following that right?
this temporarily. If you do actually change your life after sitting around for years and suddenly start working out without eating more, this is a shock to your system. You actually do burn more calories and lose fat, so you can lose a few kilos or pounds through exercise. But this is very short-lived. Your body adapts and burns fewer and fewer extra calories each day until it restores its original calorie budget. After a few months, you burn basically the same amount you did when you didn't work out. Bizarre. And now we're getting to the actual reason why exercise is healthy. Why your body is sabotaging you. So your
Wait,
body
why
has
it
a
is healthy
hardwired
or
activity
isn't?
budget per day that it wants to stick to. This setting evolved when humans had to move a lot. Not because they wanted to, but because they had to find food for survival. But
Yep.
when food is abundant and exercise is voluntary, what does your body do with the energy that you're not using to move around? We're simplifying a lot here, and this is relatively new science, but in
Okay.
a nutshell, there are many different systems in your body trying to do their job as well as possible. And
Yeah.
if there's extra energy, they seem to use it. Unfortunately,
Oh.
this is bad. When your immune cells detect injuries or infections, they trigger inflammation. Fighter cells, alarm chemicals, and fluids flood into your tissue. This is crucial, but it also causes damage, so it needs to be cleaned up quickly or it can become chronic. And chronic inflammation is one of the major contributors to many serious diseases, from cancer to heart failure. If your
Gotcha.
immune system is on a
Really?
tight budget, it has to be efficient with inflammation. With lots of free calories, though, it overcommits. Another thing is that your glands produce hormones you don't need, like
This is
cortisol,
crazy.
the stress hormone, which triggers your fight or flight response. Crucial for survival, but if you have too much of it, you get, well, very stressed all the time. Chronic stress is a major cause for a bouquet of health issues, including your mental state.
Is that why working out helps relieve stress? Huh. I mean, it always made sense, but you never really sat and thought about it. Like, why? I always just thought, like, oh, you tire yourself out, so you just don't have the energy to get angry and stressed out as much. That's really cool. Thank God for people smarter than me.
For our ancestors who moved a lot and had to deal with sudden bursts of activity, fleeing from a lion, attacking that bison, this cortisol was crucial. But if you live a modern, sedentary lifestyle, your body is ready for action that doesn't happen, hurting itself in the process. Your body evolved to move regularly and is fine-tuned to a certain base level of activity.
Okay.
If this activity is missing, it still uses almost the identical amount of energy just on stupid stuff.
That's
This is
crazy.
why you burn almost the same amount of calories whether you work out or not. By working out, you're not doing anything extra, you're doing what your body is literally made to do. Working out is not a magic bullet, but it seems
Good way
to
to put
restore
it.
an internal physical balance that seriously affects your body. And this is also why regular exercise is so incredibly healthy. The evidence is incredibly clear here.
So it is
It
healthy.
reduces chronic inflammation and stress.
I thought they
It's
said it
good for
wasn't
your
earlier.
heart, may ease depression, and makes you live longer and better. Movement is not really made to burn your fat, though. Why humans are so...
I suppose exercise and working out, are those technically different things? Like, so when I get up and I move around and I do things, right? Is that different than going and lifting weights? Or, doing leg presses and whatever? I don't know.
hungry. When your ancestors evolved, they had to work hard for calories. Sometimes it would be easy and they could afford to chill out quite a bit. But in hard times, they had to move quite a bit to feed themselves, walk
Chill
longer to
out.
find prey, or dig longer to find tubers. If extra movement burned more calories, this would lead to a spiral of starvation. The less food you find, the more energy you need to find food, which doesn't even fill you up because you moved more. It's like taking on more debt when you're in the red.
That's
It
a
works
really
for a
good
while,
reference.
But then you go bankrupt and die. So,
It makes
for
so
your
much
ancestors,
sense.
being able to move a lot without burning extra calories was a matter of life and death. Okay, but this means the obesity epidemic of the modern world is not primarily caused by laziness, but by overeating. Humans evolved to be mad for calories. Because
Especially
of our
over in the
extremely
West.
hungry brains and our extremely useless kids. Kids are cute, but unlike other species, human kids have to be fed and cared for by adults for years before they become even remotely useful. Because the human brain not
It's
only eats up
true.
about 20% of all our calories at rest, twice as much as our closest ape relatives, it also takes a
Wow.
lot of time to develop through playing, learning, and honing social skills, all the things that make us human.
It's sort of a
Our
trade-off
species
there.
is so extremely calorie expensive to maintain that we became super efficient calorie harvesters. 5 hours of human hunter-gatherer
A picture of the average American. I'm allowed to say that because I'm American.
foraging yields between 3,000 and 5,000 calories, while our ape relatives get no more than 1,500 in the same time.
Really?
And we became so
That's
good
quite a
at calorie
difference.
harvesting precisely because of our big brains and years of social skill training. In a typical ancestral tribe, some members would spend the day searching for plants, others hunting or gathering honey, others nurturing kids.
Yep,
And at
they
the
would
end of the
split
day,
up the
we'd share the calories
responsibilities.
so that no one would end up hungry. Being frenetic calorie harvesters seems to be deeply part of what makes us human. It's not a bug, but a feature. But today it seems as if that feature has turned on us. We can't stop overproducing food and overeating. If you want to lose fat, food is the answer. We'll cover diet in the next part. So to conclude, you'll
But dieting is so hard. I don't want to diet.
probably not lose nearly as much fat by working out as you hoped, but you will do something more important. Give your body balance and make you more resilient, and prevent or delay many of the diseases that will make your life miserable, so you can enjoy a higher quality of life for much longer. But physical fitness
And
is
eat
only
more
half the
burgers.
equation. To make the most of your long, healthy life, you also need a fit, active mind. One
Oh, this
trained
is
to
an
navigate our
advertisement.
fascinating world and agile enough to solve any problem, which is where our
yep.
friends at Brilliant come in.
Love Brilliant, by the way. Absolutely love them. Would highly, highly recommend. And especially if you use their code and support these guys, it's like a double benefit because you get all that awesome learning, which if you're watching this video, you clearly enjoy. And you're getting to support these guys, which they fully deserve it. So anyway, what an interesting video. I had never thought of a lot of that stuff before. And I think the biggest takeaway from this for me is how your body burns almost the same amount of calories regardless of your activity level for a day. That you have a caloric burning budget, so to say. Does that make sense? I think it does. That's news to me. I had no idea about that. Lots to think about. But still, going to continue running. going to continue to stay active because I just feel better because of it. Sounds like that's a good thing, but not a good way to lose weight. Just got to eat healthier. Time to get in shape, guys. Time to diet a little bit. Fine, I'll do it. Anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.